Alright guys, what is up? What is up? It is Thursday today. Um and as you can see, I'm at minus 200. But this wasn't from today cuz actually today I didn't trade, but this was from yesterday on Tokyo session. Um yeah, that was a Tokyo session. I took another trade. After I lost yesterday, I took another trade. And I'm struggling pretty bad right now. I mean, I think this is the most I've struggled um in in a while. So I'm just not seeing things. I think I'm getting a little emotional and stuff like that. So basically, I didn't trade today. I didn't like what I see and I didn't trade today, but I did trade again yesterday. That's why you see the minus 200. And basically, I just gonna break that one down for you. Saying why I went in and why I went. So as we come into yesterday, yeah, it was around what is this 19? That's 12, 13, 14, 15. 16. Yeah, it's like 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and I went in on this. Where is it at? Right here, on this wick of the green candle. I went in right here. It tapped me in just because I liked it because it was on a support, as you can see on the left side. Every time that buyers came in, I mean every time that sellers would try to push this down to under this level, buyers came in and shot this up again, shot this up again. So obviously this was during time volume areas, right? If you look over here, the size of the candles are much smaller than the ones over here, so there is more volume over here rather than over here. So that should have been my first indication to wait, like, hold on, let me see how price reacts. There's really not that much volume since it's Tokyo session. um let's see if it wants to break this level or hold this level. And I jumped the gun again early because I saw this engulfing right here. This engulfing, these engulfings on the, let me make that better for y'all. So I saw these engulfings right here, that these candles engulfed this big red candle, right? So I'm like, okay, I like it. I'm gonna take it, right? I'm gonna take it. Um, but then I saw, like, okay, I put my 4 point stop. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be good, right? So let me get a retest. So I was like, my 4 point stop is good. I could have entered off that, but I'm like, let me wait for the retest. So I put a buy, I think a limit buy, like around here somewhere, and it tapped me in, and my stop loss was really good. I really like my stop loss. It was down here, so I'm like, cool. As soon as I went, like 15 minutes later, I get a huge push down, and I'm like, okay, great, great. Like, um, I was getting a little scared, but I'm like, I'm gonna hold my trade. Like, that's what I do. If I get into a trade, I'm gonna hold my trade. So I held my trade, and obviously I got stopped out, as you see right here. But what I failed to realize is that there is a big trend line in the way. Let's just look at this trend line, how it holds up. This trend line, every time that it tapped this trend line, it went down, right? So you had a huge trend line in the way. If I can even draw it like this too, but I like, yeah, even like this too. So like it had a huge trend line in the way, and I failed to realize that. Obviously, we got um, higher, no, lower highs. My bad. We got lower highs forming here. Um, Obviously failed to realize that also. Um, So, I mean, this was just a bad trade. I mean, because I think I'm not looking at the overall picture. I'm looking in so micro that I need to zoom out and see what's going on in the bigger aspects, you know. But yeah, like now that I look back and I learn, I'm like, okay, I see what I'm doing wrong. Um, and maybe I took this trade because I lost the other trade, and it's just like that pressure to to be like, okay, like let me get a winning trade. That eagerness after you lose to be like, okay, let me flip it into a winning trade. It's just, it's tough, man. Um, it really is tough. But hey, we're gonna keep going. I read a quote or saw somewhere it said that you don't lose until you quit. Once you quit, that's when you've lost. You know what I'm saying? So um, I live by that. You know, I've believed like this is just all learning experience. You know, getting me better, me recognizing it, just getting better because I don't really lose until I quit. Once I quit, then I have lost, right? So I take these losses as learning, um, opportunity to learn more. So that's what happened today. So, well, no, that's what happened last night, right? So when we go on for today, let's see, yeah, for today. So I woke up around 6:30 again, usual time around here, around this area right here. And I'm like, okay, we got a good push down. My bias was really my bias was short. I like the shorts. So I was waiting. I'm like, okay, we got a good push down. We're going down. I'm like, let me see if we can uh, get a retest on the EMA, right? On the EMA to want to go lower, right? So we look here. It's a lot of choppy. It's really choppy. Once we came down here, we pushed it up to this level. It comes really choppy. So at this point in this area, I'm like, okay, do I still want to go short or do I still want to go long? I convinced myself that I wanted to go long just because I see this Head and Shoulders right here. This ugly Head and Shoulders. I mean, it's ugly, but it's there. Um, Let me see on the 15-minute mark if it's yeah, it's ugly, but it's really it's there. Um, yeah. So I was like, okay, that's what I noticed, and I'm like, okay, let me see if I can get a entry opportunity here. And what I was looking at is like, okay, if this one, so I like this one right here, but the only problem with this one is that it engulfed way too late, right? Like the engulfing here, it's way, my stop loss would have been in the fluctuation area, which I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather my stop loss be below a low or above a high, right? Because if I put it right here, yeah, I would have got stopped out faster than I would have got in the trade, right? So I'm like, okay, this is take profit, right? Let me draw a new Fibonacci. So I draw a new Fibonacci. I notice, okay, boom, like it is. Let me try to find an entry area in this area, which it finally engulfs, right? But look at this big candle, this big impulsive candle up to the upside. So I'm like, all right, so the market's telling me that it really wants to go higher. So let me um let me draw another Fibonacci, right? Retracement tool. And I know the market wants to push higher. So let me see if we can get a retrace down so then we can so I was looking for, so if the market wanted to push higher, right? I wanted to see this red, the sellers, right? I want to see the sellers push this down to probably like the EMA, get an engulfing, right? Not like an impulsive engulfing like this, but like an engulfing like probably like this right here. This one's a nice one right here in the middle. Nice engulfing right there. So then I could push this, so I could enter and we can push it to at least this level right here because this is my level of resistance, right? Also, I got these omegas in a way, these purple lines, which means that, hey, or these purple lines represent that I am going to look for a possible reversal in the market, or there's a possible chance that um, that there's a possible chance that, hey, once it reaches these purple fibs, there's a possible chance that it might be looking to go down, or it might be a retracement, or it might be a possible reversal. Not 100%, but most of the time, right? So I had a lot of confluences that this area was a point where the sellers were going to pop back in. So I was like, okay, me knowing that after this fib got completed, I was like, I already hit take profit. Let me draw a new one, right? And I'm like, okay, I want the sellers to push this down, and then me get an entry around this area, push this up. Obviously, I didn't get that. And plus, it was going out of my trading time. I really don't trade after 12, so it was, at this time it was 11. So if I did get something, um, that would have been great. But it was getting closer to my trading time and my end of trading time. And if I didn't get it, that's it. So obviously, as you can see, price didn't want to push lower, so I can get in to push it higher. It's okay. I missed out. That's fine, right? But the market today was really choppy. As you can see, really EMA is really kind of in the middle, on the higher time frames. Like, EMA is kind of really in the middle. So it was really choppy today, but there was to me in my trading plan, it didn't give me opportunity to get in. Maybe the best opportunity would have been right here. Um, right here after this engulfing, that would have been great. But like I said, the I didn't take this one because obviously we didn't break this high yet. So this was the high that needed to be broken, right? And you see rejections right here, rejections right here, right? So after I reject this price, I'm like, okay, I know we're making higher lows. We're making higher lows, right? We're making higher lows over here. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're making higher lows over here. I'm like, okay, cool. Once we get a break though of this, that's when I know we're transitioning to maybe a possible uptrend, right? So once it broke with this candle, and especially this impulsive candle, I'm like, okay, it broke finally. Okay, so now the downtrend is invalid. It broke structure. So now, let me see if we could find an entry for a long, which obviously I explained to y'all why, and that's the reason I didn't take a trade today. I mean, like I said, um, if I took this one right here, see where my stop loss would have been. Would have been at where's the thing? Okay, I just had a brain fart. Okay, so my stop would have been right here, which is good. I actually like that because it's under this wick, so that's good. That's the only possible area where I see that I would have got an entry. That would have been the best possibility, but like I said, I told y'all that I didn't like it because it hasn't broke this high yet. It rejected. Um, it rejected once it got near this area, so I was kind of like, iffy. Um, but yeah, so yeah, that's my analysis on today, guys. Really, why I didn't take a trade. Didn't feel like a trade was necessary. If you go back here, you look at it's just been bad, man. Like, future trading is profession to succeed. Takes time to concentrate. Shortcut. Like, it's just been really bad, guys, lately. Like, I've been steadily going down. I can't catch a break, but hey, we're still gonna keep moving. We're still gonna keep going, right? Um, but as you can see here, I took it shows I took one trade Thursday, but this was on Wednesday. I don't know, the way the top set does it is that after after 5 it's considered, like after 5 today will be considered on Friday if I take a trade. I don't know, it's weird like that. That's the way they do it. Um but yeah, like I don't take a lot of trades. My problem is not taking a lot of trades. It's just my problem is finding, I guess, good trade setups because really I could have took this one, but I didn't like it. Um, Like my setups have to be perfect. And then sometimes I notice when I lose a trade, I'm like, okay, I have to make this money back. So every setup looks like a good setup to me. And it's just like, I gotta slow down and evaluate and just read these markets right, you know, and tell me, just go where the price is telling me to go. And that's the ultimate thing. But yeah, guys, that was my breakdown. If you like these videos, I'm gonna just keep doing these videos every day. Hopefully it helps somebody. The reason why I'm doing these videos too is for that, so I can look back and see, okay, how far I've come from, and just documenting my journey, and just seeing how I've grown through the years, months, weeks, days, whatever the case might be, just for me in general. And also through me going through this, maybe I could help somebody else, right? Going through the same struggles that I'm going through, and maybe help somebody out there that is struggling with the same thing. And just me being able to break down the markets for y'all, and just see. So obviously it's to help me, obviously to help me, so I can look back and see what I've done wrong. But also it helps y'all, right? To see to not do my mistakes, or to learn from me, or just anything like that, right? So that's why I make these videos, guys. And if you like it, if you like these videos, if you want them to continue, just be sure to like, share, subscribe. That would help me out also, to get these videos, keeping them going. But as always, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow for Friday. Me personally, I don't really like Fridays, trading Fridays. You know how Fridays are. But we'll see if the market gives me an opportunity on Friday to make a trade, and we can end this week off on a W, hopefully. But hey, no, make no promises. We'll see what the market wants to give us tomorrow. So I'll see y'all then. Always remember, guys, that Jesus loves you. Peace.